LP is one of the richest, most powerful person in Mindanao. He's got some. He's also the one that started the Philippine Zipline. I've seen Zipline here in the United States where they have this cable that runs down. They take a harness and you hang right side up on the cable. But LP's idea was, it's a zip line. You wear some kind of a suit, and the suit is basically the suit is hung on the zip line, and you're flying down on the zip line like a Superman. You're actually, you're flying like Superman does, and you go like this. Look at type in on YouTube Philippine Zipline or Mindanao Zipline or Dahilayan Zipline. Dahilayan is spelled Dahilayan. Dahilayan Zipline, and you'll see the zipline. I showed that to you guys months and months ago, but I know there's a lot of you that are new. Unfortunately, I haven't been home since 2000, 18 years, I guess. So I have not personally have seen it. So yeah, my dad and LP became really, really good friends, and they would just work together and help out each other. And LP is one of the nicest, down-to-earth person you'll ever know. Boy, I guess I was wrong about this rush hour traffic. Yeah, I really I really wish this truck was an automatic. Oh, it would have been nice. I do like automatic transmissions. It shifts a lot better than I do. By the way, the boss, the truck that he ordered, it is an automatic. 2019 Volvos are, I don't know if they're exclusively automatics now or not. One thing that I don't like about the automatic transmission. Wait, let me see. I think the T680 Miss Blue. I think the gear was right here, I think. I don't like the automatic where the gear shift is still here. It gets in your way getting out of the seat into the bunk. So anyway, from 1980 to about 83, I was here living in the United States. By 83 until about 1990, I was living in the Philippines as a high school teenager. From 1990 or 91 up to the present, then I started living here. And earlier in early 1990s, I would go home almost every year or every other year. But I would just go home for a visit. My residency was here from 1991 or 91. I became a tourist to the Philippines. Johnny Be Good, the smuggler. So when I came here in about 1990 or 91, then that's when I started my truck driving school back in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. I think it was a 3-week course back then. Cost about $3,000. And at that time, the best truck that you could get was I didn't know it at the time, but it was a International Eagle, boy, cab over. If you were driving one of those International cab over Eagles, you were big shots, man. But of course, they already had Peterbilts and stuff like that. But I didn't know. I didn't know anything any different back then. There was an international model, or there was a model before the Eagle, and it didn't have any cruise control. You kept your foot on the pedal, doing 55 miles an hour all the way across country. They used to sell in a truck stop like a little metal stick that you jam between the pedal and your dash up here, and that was your cruise control. Just make sure to kick it when you come to, when you're braking or coming up to a stop. I would imagine it probably got a few people in trouble or caused some accidents. I think it was called the throttle control. And the very first company I worked for or applied after truck driving school was CRST, Cedar Rapids Transport, Steels Transport actually. And I belonged to the office of the terminal here in Schererville, Indiana. And the terminal manager at that time was a guy by the name of Gene Smith. It's funny how certain names sticks with you for the rest of your life. Gene is just one of those names, I guess. I don't know why. My very first trainer was a guy by the name of Gerald Potts, Potts. I think he was out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And my very first co-driver, what was his first name? I know his last name, but I can't remember his first name. He was from Mallorca, Spain. His last name was Moragon, but for the life of me I can't remember his first name. In fact, his son's name was Marco, or maybe that was his name. He didn't speak much of English. He just basically spoke Spanish. I remember, when I came here, I had broken English too, but not as bad as most newcomers. I mean, after all, my dad was an American, but still, I had a very hard Filipino accent. Anyway, when me and Moragon would drive, I would teach him English. And most of our trip was from I would say Marlboro, Maryland to California. Back and forth, back and forth. That's all we ever did. And I kind of liked it because when we got to California, Marco could speak Spanish and ask for directions, and some big trucks got their high beams on, for crying out loud. I don't know, it's just... I think he was somewhere from Milwaukee. Oh, I was asked a couple days ago. I do have one brother and one half sister. I think some of you have already seen my sister on one of my videos. My brother, I think by December, it would have been a year in December. He decided to just pack up and go back to the Philippines. And his son is living down in my basement. My nephew's name is Miko. Come on, Mr. UPS. See, I found the light. There. I think if I push the button, the only thing that shuts off momentarily are the headlights. It doesn't turn off everything. So I don't think this truck has a trailer interrupt. A trailer light interrupt. Well, I should have listened to you guys, right? Should have taken the bypass. But look at this beautiful scenery. By the way, did you guys know that it took me 2.5, possibly close to 3 years of YouTube blogging before I monetized my videos? I just started making videos and not really Had no intentions. I didn't really know anything about it. I just, for the fun of it, I guess I just did it. Until Carlos Hernandez told me to encourage me to do it, and I'm glad he did, because I would have never guessed that the channel would grow to what it is today. And I started with just like a lot of people. I started with a cell phone, an Evo. Can't remember the name of that phone. Something Evo, Sprint Evo, HTC Evo. That's it. Then I think the very first camera that I bought was a Sony HDR-AS 15. By the way, you guys wanna, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You guys might want to keep an eye on Uncle Larry's channel. He's about to do something that is, you guys gonna like it. I'm sure you guys gonna love it. He's investing in better equipments, and so he's got some good plan up ahead. Now I don't know when he's gonna start implementing that, but you guys want to keep an eye on Long Haul Larry's channel. Many of you already know that who that is. But for those of you who are new to my channel and haven't heard of Long Haul Larry, check out his YouTube channel. He's another ADL transport driver. In fact, ADL transport driver is jokingly known as Awesome Larry, Awesome Driver Larry. Which is not true. Oh, you guys saw his recent intro video, right? With the chicken. I told you guys yesterday. I told you you guys be laughing. I'm sure you guys are laughing about that. So, but if you guys haven't really seen it yet, go watch his video. I'm sure it's probably his latest video, and it was supplied by O Trecho. O Trecho is a very gifted graphics artist. In fact, he's the one that made some of my graphics. I don't know how to do those stuff. Also, a little bit of a news, I guess. Somebody out there, one of you, is creating a JBG Travels phone app. Believe it or not, there's going to be a phone app pretty soon that you can download on your phone. That's pretty cool. I didn't ask for it. Somebody just made it. Well, somebody made it and asked me if I wanted it. And I said, okay, sure, why not? So I've seen the video that he made about the app. It's pretty darn good. I don't know when it's going to be available, but that'd be pretty nice. By the way, when I was a little boy, my dad would be, I don't know, he would be riding around a motorcycle. Everywhere my dad went, somebody always knew him. Somebody always called him, "Hey Jack, how you doing?" And, and a lot of people basically spoke Bisaya to my dad, and my dad spoke Bisaya too. My dad could go anywhere in the Philippines, even to the thickest of rebel places, and somehow nobody would touch him. I remember, vaguely remember when I was very young, that my dad and I would come to, a gang of rebels armed to the teeth, no older than, no young, young teenagers. And they would come up to my dad and say, "Hey Jack, kumusta naman ka?" It turns out it was his neighbors, and just that was a sight to behold. The NPA, which is a New People's Army rebel group in the Philippines, would start a conversation with my dad. also at that time, the Philippines was very, very young. It was just after, not long after the war, and the Philippines was way behind as far as modern medicine and all that stuff. And even though my dad was not a doctor, he was a very well-read. He loved to read. He loved to read, and he would read medical books. And he was about the most modern medicine person. Not a whole lot of doctors back then, I guess. Well, there were, but sometimes doctors are hard to come by. But anyway, my dad would, help out people how to cure diseases and help out injuries. And so my dad was kind of somewhat famous for helping people back then too. I remember a story that he told me that this one particular town in the island, there was a horse that died, and he told the owner of the horse, "You better bury that horse because the horse was sick or something." So they buried the horse, only to find out the next morning the horse was dug up from the ground. And people started cooking and eating it. And people started getting sick, and they were just, a few of them probably died. And so my dad, I don't know, somehow, I don't know what he did, but he saved a lot of people in that town. That was the time where the germs were not in people's vocabulary. Let's put it that way. Well, folks, that's all I have for you guys right now. Sorry to possibly wasted a lot of your time, but thank you for watching. I hope you were entertained, and I hope you find the story interesting. And if you did, please kindly share it. Hit, like, share, and comment, subscribe. Be helping me and my family a whole lot. So thank you. And most of all, thank you for joining me in glorifying the Lord Jesus Christ 1 mile at a time. Have a good and godly day. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this. I don't know whether this is good night or who knows. Stick around. And as I said, hit that subscribe button, and on the right side of that subscribe button is the bell notification. That will be the next available or the next uploaded video. So that could mean maybe 10 videos a day, 2 videos a day, who knows? I get a kick when people say, why not just upload 1 video a day? Ugh. I don't think I could do it. Peace. Peace.